Baby, make like I do with the punches and roll me home.
We're here finally, Scotty Gherkin.
We made it.
We made it. We're here.
We're super
We've been talking about this for months. You know, we I know, right? We've been talking about this show for months. Me and Scotty trying to put together something to elevate the culture of Missouri cannabis, you know, and educate the folks. Wanted to bring you guys together. We're going to do a little bit of an intro show for you. Talk about the shows that we got coming up. Talk about, you know, everything, what we do, what we're bringing to the industry. One of the things that, like, a lot of my followers, you know, I got people that follow my posts and stuff, is when I was talking about, I'm always complaining about the pre-rolls. You know, like, I'm always buying the pre-rolls. They're simple to me. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't like the pre-rolls. But, you know, for me, I go to the radio station, I got to get a pre-roll. And, man, I'm going to tell you, I always expect good pre-rolls, but they're not all great. So I'm always trying to find the best ones. So today, we've got, the brand name is Teal. So this is the Anheuser-Busch boys. They own the Teal. They say that these Teal pre-rolls, it's a 1 gram pre-roll, and it's at 19.26%. So they say that.
So it's light.
It's light. It's a lighter one, right? I'm used to those 30s and 40s.
Totally kidding.
Some people are, right?
Yeah,
it is light.
Some people are.
So, you know, it says THCA is 19.26. So no CBD, no CBDA, no CBN, and no THC. Well, it's 0.34 THC.
It's got to have some of that in there.
It's got THCA. That's
well,
the
no,
big
but it's
thing.
got to have some of the other cannabinoids in the plant. It has
It's
none.
got no C's. Yeah, the rest of the spectrum's off the chart.
How is that even possible?
I don't know. It says zeros across it. Maybe it didn't register.
I mean, because flower is flower.
Right. You'd think. And apparently,
great,
on these pre-rolls,
when you said that, it like rang to me. I'm like, how is that even possible? Because all the other cannabinoids live in the plant. Maybe it wasn't tested for that.
It might not have been. They could have just left it off and said, we're trying to get these guys high.
They give you a spectrum, though. That's how you get your That's how you get your percentage.
They don't give a shit. They just want to know the THCA.
Now, see, now I've already came up with my own question. We need to get answered.
Well, here's the one thing I will say about Teal. Talking with one of the reps one time, he told me that the Teal pre-rolls are actually rolled with actual flower and bud,
right? And
not the trim that a lot of other pre-rolls are rolled with.
Okay,
so
or the shake type stuff.
Yeah, right. Oh, here's an afterthought. Here's a pre-roll. So we're gonna give it a try. We'll light up the cringe, and you know, Scotty, you know, talk about what you know. You and I have had so many conversations around cannabis. And, you know, we talked a lot about your company, Marla Jeans, yours and your wife's company, Marla Jeans, and CBDs and the effects of that. And we talked so much about the marijuana culture in Missouri. And this is why this podcast came together, you know?
Yeah, well, I think we met right at a year ago. Yeah. We're coming up on like summer last year. And I think we knew of each other. Like we knew, but I had never talked to you. And so we hooked up. I think it was like a bourbon festival or something. What was that? Yeah, the bourbon days. Or I can't. God damn it! I should know the name of that too.
Frankie Martin's.
Yeah, Frankie Martin's. Yeah, they're getting ready to do another one too. It's coming up here real soon. So we got to talking, and we were just bullshitting. We had a connection with music, obviously, with Diamond Music Hall and Modern Day Zero, and we were talking about that. And I think we manifested a Modern Day Zero reunion that day too. We're like, man, we got to get you guys to play.
Probably one of the best shows I've seen. Yeah,
it was fun, man.
God, it was a lot of fun.
I'm so glad that happened too. Like all that stuff is like everything we talked about, we're doing.
Right,
and I love that because it's like it pushes me to get shit done, which sometimes doesn't happen.
I literally I will say this. I called him at it was 8:40 this morning. I knew he didn't have his old show to do, and I knew he was at home. And I'm like, I called him at 8:40. He's like, "Yeah, bro, I'm still in bed." And I'm like, I felt all awkward. I'm like, I'll call you back, bro.
I was up. It's just I didn't feel like I'm like, you know what? I don't have any. I'm gonna chill. So I laid in bed and just like, wow, this is kind of nice, man. And I got up and I did some work for the. We're dealing with the manufacturing license, trying to make that come to fruition and stuff like that. So I was dealing with some things on there and trying to get some information, like business plan stuff together. And Anyway, so go back to where, we were talking about all this, and then we were talking about it at the club all the time because of the CBD products.
Right.
And like, you're such a big connoisseur of just all kinds of different weed and all that stuff. And obviously we have patients that we create products for, that we grow, we have our own grow, we're cultivators, and then we also are caregivers.
Hey, give that a try.
And we actually
Our
got
intern,
into
Brian.
it. We got into it because of my mom.
Right.
Being sick, and she was living with us, and we started using THC and CBD to treat her, and not really treat her, but help her sleep at night, calm her. Like, she has arthritis really bad,
things like that.
Yeah, appetite. Well, she's always had an appetite. She will eat anything. Oh, it's fucking good. But no, we just saw the benefits of it. I mean, great. Like, we'd be sitting there watching TV. She wasn't ticking and moving so much. She was just like calm, and she was actually super funny a couple times, because like we maybe gave her a gummy and made her stay up too late, and it like got her. You know what I mean? Then she starts yip. And it was fun. It was
all
great.
glassy eyed.
Oh man, just great memories. It was cool. So we were buying all this stuff for my mom.
Right.
And it's like super expensive. It's
Yeah, it can be.
It's not cheap. So we're like, we could create a product line around this. And we looked around for some partners and found a partner out in Colorado that white labels some of our stuff. But we had the CBD. Like, we grew plants. We had a farm. And
still do.
Yeah, and still do. Yeah. We've leaned more towards the THC side of it with the cultivating and the caregivers for the patients and stuff.
Right.
And there's recipes out there for everything.
And how interesting is that?
Baking.
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy a decarbonization and decarbonate.
It's gone a long way.
That Levo. I mean, you can make anything.
Remember back in the 80s when it was like, yeah, you can put weed in brownies, and people would just like buy a bag of weed and just throw it in there, and cook it with it. And
Only
they're
do
like,
that with mushrooms on a pizza.
And here's the funniest thing about it. Whenever people did that and then other people ate the brownies, like, oh my God, I got wasted. No, you didn't. It wasn't even active, sir. Whatever you got wasted on was not those brownies. I mean, they weren't even active.
Well, yeah, I didn't even know about like activating and all this. I had no idea.
The science was incredible.
Oh my gosh. So when you start getting down past the flower to the distillate and all that stuff, and we were making these products, I mean, to find out what you can make these products for and what you pay for them can be,
and grow it. I mean, it's a weed, folks.
I mean, I get it. There's a lot of work that goes behind it too. So it's not like I'm not taking away from prices, because this stuff isn't easy to make. It's not.
And it's not easy. I mean, look.
It is and it isn't. Like, you can put a plant out and you might get lucky, but if you take care of that plant and feed that plant and nutrients and light and the right times and the right, I mean, there's so many factors.
Every October, I'm inundated with people's weed. Like they've all grown.
All this
Look, man, I want to bring you some of my homegrown. And you know what? A lot of times it's good. I mean, you're like, okay. But sometimes you're like, bro, it's
I feel like I'm in ninth grade.
It's like I'm smoking banana peels here. It's like green. Do you know what a curing is? But hey,
I think
people are learning, and that's what we want.
When I was younger and I was like, I was super high, and someone talked about smoking banana peels, and dude, I thought, of course you did, and I swear I don't think I've laughed as hard.
Anarchist Cookbook.
Yeah,
Anarchist
that's where they said I got it from.
I have a copy of it.
I was calling bullshit. I'm like, smoking banana peels. What are you talking about? So we never tried it. I don't know why we didn't. But
we tried it.
Did it work?
Hell no. Come on, dude. It was ridiculous.
You didn't go bananas?
First of all, it was me, Brian Nichols, and Jarrett Graves. We all went downstairs. We're
name calling now.
We're 13.
You're called out.
13 years old. We went downstairs. We smoked a ton of my parents' weed. We were high as hell. We fucking come back up like the anarchists. Let's cook these fucking banana peels. And we were like, there's no high to this.
Cook them and stuff, like you scrape them
you
and
scrape
cook
them, and you got to put them in the oven. And all we followed every fucking step, man. There was nothing happening with these goddamn banana peels.
I think why I didn't try, because I didn't believe it. I'm like, it just sounds like a joke. What have you been smoking banana peels? Something your dad would say to you. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it was like a dad joke thing. I'm like, there ain't no way people are
somehow
smoking
people had
banana
to
peels.
make it sound like you got high off of it.
Dude, that would be a great product. Make a pre-roll called banana peel.
It's done with banana peel distillate.
We're smoking banana peels. Oh my God, that would be
the original banana peel smoking.
dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It's a good smoking blunt so far, or pre-roll.
Anyway, back to my my story. So we were talking about CBD and all this stuff at the club. We were going to do this in the club and build a room and put the podcast there, which, hey, still may happen. Like, who knows?
Next step.
Yeah. But, I mean, dude, you did a great job with, like, building this all out.
Hey.
Like, having everything set up for us to kind of come down here and chill. And
the thing is we talk about this culture and we have a passion for it and we're successful. It's not like we're, the stereotypical, hey, man, I'm in the basement. I'm smoking weed all the time, watching Cheech and Chong movies, which I do, but I'm not doing it all the time.
I think it was on when we were putting the drywall.
It was.
But was that Nice Dreams? Was that one?
It was Nice Dreams. But we're trying to,
Dave's out of here.
We actually go out in society and we're trying to make changes, right?
Right. Well, and you know me, I don't smoke a lot. Like I'm a one hit.
Yeah, you are one hit.
I'm good with that. But I used to smoke like all the time. Like that, I was a lot.
Right. You said you were going to start building your tolerance back up.
I need to do that with the gummies. Like I've never done.
Take one hit. Take one. Not real
Just
shot.
one.
Watch his eyes, folks. You're going to see his eyes get all red. And he's going to get giggly like a 14-year-old girl. He didn't even take a hit. Yeah. See.
I think it went out. Yeah. I got
No,
nothing.
it's still going. Here, let me get it going for you.
Like that thing. It's like a cigar.
There you go. I'll try it.
Oh my God.
It's Toking with Topher, dude.
We're doing this on camera.
Well,
He didn't sell this to me, by the way.
No, I did not. I gave it. Look at his hit. Did you see his little bitty hit?
Oh yeah, it was totally little.
He's like, oh yeah, it's tasty.
It doesn't. It tastes pretty good.
The weakest fucking smoker.
Dude, I'm not getting like I'll
it's
be
good,
like
though.
stupid.
It's good. I need your yin to my yang though.
But see, no, I've been doing this. I got my cart.
Yeah,
my
That's
5-to-1,
you got
which
that
we'll get
CBD,
into.
Which we're going to talk about that, and here's what I want to break up. Part of our show is going to be fun, and we're smoking and stuff, but we want to bring education. We want to teach you about terpenes. We want to teach you about growing. We want to teach you about distillate and concentrates and dabs and pre-rolls. We want you to know the difference in edibles and what to watch out for. We want to bring in the right people. We want to bring in the professionals, the CEOs of these companies.
I don't claim to be a professional. I got a lot of information, and I don't either. I got questions.
I got questions too, and we want to get those answered for ourselves and for you. So we've got a long list of guests who've already come forward, and I'm shocked at the people who have come forward and said, "Hey,
it's gonna be awesome.
We want to contribute to your show and some content, and we'll talk on this and we'll talk on this." So
and we have advertising space right here.
Oh yeah, look at this right here.
Each brick.
Yeah.
This one's 25. That one's 50.
Yes. Well, we will say that. Right now, we're on all platforms. We've got a Toking with Topher on Facebook.
Sweet.
We've got a Toking with Topher on Instagram. We have
Are we ever going to do these live?
Yes.
Oh my!
We got a tokingwithtopher.com that you can go to,
which looks good.
And so our intern Brian Shepard, you might know him from the PRL
Brian.
shows. He's the one that's like throwing the drunk chicks out at the end of the night out of the dressing room. That's Brian.
Tough job.
PRL.
Actually, you know what? It's a real tough job.
It is a real
I'm sure it's a pain in the ass.
I know it is. So I've been to those shows and they played at the club many a times. So anyway, Brian Shepard is going to be our intern. He's working our cameras tonight, and we're going to eventually move to the live stream platforms. It'll stream to all the platforms. We'll do a weekly, once a week show, a Toking with Topher, special guest, product endorsements, that kind of thing. Looking at stuff, showing you how to do shit. I mean,
educate while we're educated as well.
Yeah,
because we're going to learn so much that we're going to go, what?
No way.
What?
Right.
Have you seen that guy on Twitter? The no way, for fuck's sake. Like those people put the videos of they'll take a lighter or something and be able to open a beer can, like something silly.
Oh, yeah.
Do that.
Yeah.
So people put those videos out. Well, he watches those videos and he goes, no way, for fuck's sake. So he goes and grabs shit and tries it. And he's like, for fuck's sake, because it works,
No shit,
Oh,
right?
dude, I think it's called No Way. You got to check it out. It's fucking hysterical. We could play a video on this. Well clip it in.
Yeah, we'll clip that in.
Oh, dude, it's
we'll clip
hysterical.
that
I'll
in.
send you some shit.
We got the Weedium.
Yes.
We want to bring the Weedium on.
She's got her own podcast starting as well, starting next week.
Yeah,
So
I'd love to have the Weedium on.
Yeah, she's a trip, man. It's amazing. I know you're kind of like, hit or miss.
I know. You know, I
But
get a little.
she's gonna make you a believer, my friend.
Oh my God. I can't wait. I can't wait
To
to
be honest with you.
I'll be in a like fetal position by the end of the thing. Like, I can't smoke enough weed to get over this trauma.
I had my own spiritual awakening after speaking to her.
Oh, come on, stop.
I'm telling
Stop it, dude. It makes it seem more important.
Well, it is important.
I know it is, but you're like, oh my God, I had this.
I'm not like, oh my God. No, not like that either. Not like, I saw Jesus.
I changed my life.
No, not. But I was in a dark place because I had lost my father. So that it helped me get through it and look at it in a different light, in a positive. It was amazing.
I mean, that's
healing.
Cool. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, and she is popular, and she's very popular, and I've been wanting to do it because of that story. You told me that story before, and I've said, well, that kind of fucking makes sense, right? I'm interested in this chick now, because if she's got that kind of effect or reach, then gift, right?
Yeah.
So people like the Weedium. I mean, it's gonna be a great show. So we got a lot of great episodes to bring up, man.
I'm excited about it, man.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. We do a lot of cool shit.
I think people are going to come out of the woodwork, too, because they're like, they're talking about it pretty open. Like, I think no one's been open about it. I mean, with just federal regulations, you don't hear about it. You don't see it on radio. You don't see commercials for, all the dispensaries and everything. You just don't see it. You can't promote it because of the federal the federal legalization of it isn't there yet.
Right. We're one of 21 states now. So
21.
Yep.
So it just surprises me that you don't hear more about it. And that's part of the problem. And why I think it still has kind of a stigma around it of like, oh, he smokes weed,
right.
Because of the lack of education about what it truly does and what's available.
Right.
And it's not just, get baked.
Bong hits.
All right, dude, I would never smoke this whole thing by myself. Never.
Right.
I'd call you and be like, dude, I'm dying. I'm dying.
I'd be bringing you water. Hey, buddy.
But you could also build a tolerance to be able to do this.
Correct. And for me, I have. I'm a second generation smoker.
But you are a highly functioning.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do a lot. Keep my stuff.
I don't want to say user because that sounds like a drug.
I kind of feel like,
you're a highly functional smoker.
Yeah.
And partaker in cannabis.
But I think there's a lot of us out there. I mean, I see it
ton.
every day. St. Peter's dispensary. Well, the dispensary I go to Suede, obviously, good friends of mine. And their St. Peter's store is the best store.
Really?
Of all their 5 stores. And I think it's because of the suburbs, it's this suburban people, they do this. And I want to let people know it's okay. You can do your cool professional job like you and I both do every day and own a business and be successful and smoke cannabis and be pro cannabis. And I think that's an important message for our show.
Especially now that it's legal.
Give me a break.
It's legal.
Give me a fucking break.
It's legal.
Yeah.
Like it's no different than going to the liquor store.
Are you fucking kidding me? They expect you to work like 55 hours a week now in corporate world. It's no joke. I fucking retired 2 years ago from fucking Energize. I'm like, I can't do this. You want me to 60 hours a week? I got to be on a conference call or a fucking meeting or I got to do a report. It's like it's too much pressure. Like the minute the 10th hour of my day went by with that job, I'm like, I need a fucking joint. And I think a lot of people are there, and it's a great way because when I wake up, I don't have a hangover and all that cool stuff that cannabis brings, over other things that you can do. I'm certainly not addicted to opioids, and this is why I got it. My parents were pot smokers, and it helped them to stay off opioids.
So, do you think this was ever at one point in your life a gateway drug?
Fucking to what?
To anything harder.
Fuck no.
Besides like mushrooms or something
no,
like that.
It's just the first thing I could get.
But you never went off of it. Some people claim
I didn't smoke some weed.
If you're going to get high all the time and you can't function, then you're moving to this because you need something more. And it's like, it's not that feeling.
You know what? Here's the thing, man. They fucked it all up. So they say marijuana and cocaine and heroin is fucking dangerous. It's Schedule 1 dangerous shit. That fucking joint and that fucking line means the same goddamn thing. And we all know the minute I smoke weed and the minute I do a line, I know the difference and say, you're fucking lying. You know why? Because you're lying because I smoked weed and I've done cocaine and I know that cocaine's like, oh my God, hey, can we get another line? Hey, I like another line. Can I get another line? People have lost their jobs, homes, careers, and sucking dick for a gram, for cocaine. But I've never heard that for weed. And so just the fact that we grew up in an era where they put them in the same category federally makes it kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You're kind of lying to me. So what else? So in a way, the gateway drug is what we've been told. The gateway drug is these are the same
that's
drugs.
Why I asked the question.
Yeah.
Like, did you at any point feel like that was the case? And for me, I wouldn't say that was the case.
Yeah, no, fuck no.
At all, by any means.
No. I mean, the gateway is that you're putting them in the same category. So now I'm going to do heroin, thinking it's going to be like weed. It'll be easy. I won't get addicted.
And I feel horrible for people that have that addiction.
Absolutely.
Like heroin and the cocaine and all, and whatever. But the fentanyl thing scares the shit out of me nowadays. Right. Like, because you don't know. I mean, we all got buddies that party and everything else. Like, you don't want something like that to happen to them.
Yeah. It's
you ain't gonna have that with weed. You ain't gonna OD on weed.
Yeah,
you might get really paranoid and freak out and go to the hospital and get called a dummy for being too high.
Listen, a room full of weed people and a room full of put a room full of weed, take a group of weed people and a group of heroin people and put them in the same room. It would be like, this is very uncomfortable.
These guys
are not
really
my people. These guys are not my folks.
They're not my people.
I mean, it's yeah. And I think, let's elevate the culture. I want to let Missourians know that it is recreational legally. You can do this. You can buy it. You can grow it. You can smoke it. You can carry it. You can manufacture it. You can, all of these things you can do. And you are doing it. You don't have to be ashamed, and I think that's the part of it.
We need to definitely have the attorney on quickly because we can talk about legalities and everything because he's going to know all those.
Right, exactly. How many plants and all of that. So we want to get into that. We want you to know. We want you as the consumer out there to know what the truth is in all of this. So.
Yeah, because there's a lot of gray areas and a lot of people don't know.
No.
They have no idea.
They don't.
I'm one of them. There's stuff I'm going to learn too that I'm excited to sit with these people and talk. Just talk openly about it. Like
I lay awake at night.
There shouldn't be a stigma. Why? Let's talk about this. It's there. It can help people.
Right. We've been doing the RSO treatment for a friend of ours.
Yes.
We've been making that. I mean, there's things that we're learning on this that we're like, oh my God, this is another topic that we get to have and let people know about cancer treatments and how cannabinoids have cancer fighting cells and things like that. So all of these things are, to me, it's going to elevate what we're doing. I want to take it away from the Garth, the Wayne and Garth and, say, hey man, this is real deal flower. It's a real deal plant that we're dealing with and we can do it in Missouri and use it.
The list of the ailments that it can,
right.
help.
How about some 420 news?
Yeah, let's do
420 news. Missouri marijuana sales hit $126 million in March.
Astonishing.
No kidding, right? State's data shows with market expected to reach $1 billion by the end of the year. Could you imagine $1 billion in this industry?
Another thing about that, I would love to get someone from the state on to talk about, all right, where are these taxes going?
Right.
What are we doing for our state?
Right. With the veterans, we're really supposed to get a lot of this too.
Yes,
that was a very
I want to know those answers. I mean, I think it's important.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the deal. Well, hey, we'll get this, and this is going to be taken care of. Is it getting taken care of?
Isn't it funny how after the law gets passed and everybody's getting high, nobody's going, yeah, man, where's that money going? They're all high and shit. They're like, hey, I'm just glad shit's legal, dude. Fucking assholes.
Oh, my God. Where's that 3%, man? I want my $2.
Tuesday afternoon, the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services announced the micro license application process will begin sooner than expected,
which is great news because it seemed like it was going to go much like into 2025 as far as like those and micro is very different because the main dispensaries, cultivators, and manufacturers cannot do business with the micro licenses.
Correct.
The micro license and micro It's going to be its
business.
own community.
Yeah, it's its own business. They can only deal with each other, which is a very interesting concept for our state.
Because they're limited on growth.
Right,
They're
like
limited on-
they're like one of the criteria is that 250 plants. So if you got a micro license,
That's what it is. Okay, yeah.
you know you're going to get 250 plants. You're going to be able to grow. But that's actually
As a
some good
cultivator.
product. As a
but
cultivator,
it's in a micro license, you also get cultivating and manufacturing in one license, as opposed to the full license, you do not.
right?
They're three
Correct.
separate licenses.
Correct. And I did want to read over some of the criteria because it does get a little sticky, and I want to let people know, you know, if you're interested in getting a micro license, your net worth has to be less than $250,000, and your income
Check.
needs to be below 250% of the federal poverty level. So take the poverty level.
It doesn't have to be. This is just one of the prerequisites.
Right, correct.
You only
Prereqs.
need one of these.
Correct.
To
get involved, right? Valid disability card from the Veterans Affairs.
okay.
So I mean, they're really looking at the veterans.
Any disabled veteran.
Correct. No previous arrests or convictions. So think about that. Arrests or convictions. I could have been arrested for weed and not got convicted and still couldn't qualify for a micro license.
Now that I'm not sure is correct.
I did. I read that today.
Okay, so I was under the understanding if you were ever convicted of possession that you qualified for one of these licenses.
No, I said no.
Maybe I read that wrong. But
Yeah.
I was thinking that was like, hey, this guy, guy knows how to grow stuff.
Hey, if you've been busted for weed, we want to give you a license because you, sir, are
You get a card.
Yeah, you get a card. Everybody's running up like, I went to another state and got busted. Does that count? You know, like I'm in Idaho, like running around giving away weed to get busted so
I'm
I
a
can
felon.
get street cred.
Oh my gosh.
One of the other requirements is disparaging zip code. So 30% of the population lives under the poverty level. That's the zip code you have to live in. So 30% under the poverty level would be the zip code you would have to live in as a part of the addition, or the unemployment number would be 50% higher than the state's average.
Wow.
Yeah. Or
Or
your incarceration rate for marijuana needs to be 50% higher than the state average.
incarceration
Right.
rate
So, like,
of the district or wherever you're
yeah,
at.
your zip code.
Wow.
So like you had a lot of people busted for weed in your zip code, you're going to qualify, right? Above the average.
It's a weird.
It is weird, man.
prerequisite.
I know, right?
I can't believe I got that word out. Prerequisite.
Yeah, let's not push our luck.
That's like word of the day toilet paper.
One of the last requirements, I'll read this off real quick, is a graduate of an accredited school district, like high school graduate, or you live in a zip code of an accredited school.
Now, what does that mean?
I mean, it means as long as you live in an accredited school, like if you have a GED, and it's just like bullshit ass GED, but you live in a zip code that has an accredited school, you qualify. That kind of thing. Or if you got an accredited school,
We need some clarification on these.
Hey man, I pulled it straight from the fucking website.
I know, but I'm saying
I know.
have questions.
It's clear as
'Cause,
mud.
like, well,
It's
what
clear
is
as
that
mud.
percentage?
I know.
Like, what does that mean?
Well, I will say this. They did start out with disparaging zip codes. At first, they were like, you got to be in a shitty zip code to get this license. But now they're starting to put percentages on it, like 50% below the poverty level. I mean, something that's measurable for all intents and
My
purposes.
problem with that is if you're sitting in that kind of situation, and God forbid you're not, how do they afford to start the business?
Right.
If they're having trouble,
Right.
Maintaining an income or
Right.
something like that,
Right.
like that's
right.
crazy.
I know. What are you
So
going to
how
do?
does that justify?
How much does a micro
It's
license
almost
cost
like winning
in
a
the first place?
lottery ticket, because if they get it, they can go find investors and have a job.
Yeah, but how are they going to buy the micro license in the first place? What's the fees? I mean, it was like, it's
I
going to
think
cost
it's $1,500. I think
that's a lot of money when you're in the ghetto.
yeah.
You know,
But you know
apparently.
what? Maybe there's investors that are looking to work.
You know, I mean, but hey, here's the thing.
Maybe there's investors looking to work with those people that take them as a majority owner going into the process.
Right.
But I don't know.
Well, you know, as far as I'm concerned, good luck to getting a micro license. It's going to be a lot of paperwork, but if you can get the paperwork, you're going to get it through. So that's 420 News. Guys, I'm Topher Bayless, Scotty Gherkin. We'll be back with you guys soon. I'm actually going on vacation. So once
so
I'm
we gotta-
gone, I'll be coming back. And
Then we'll do one there, and I think we're going to set a day.
yeah,
Did we
we'll set it. I
probably
think
should
it's
have done
gonna
that
be
before the
Tuesday or
show.
Monday.
But then we got high, and then we got high.
We got high. So stay tuned. We're going to hear more information. Catch us on all the social media. Like and share our pages. Thank you for joining us.
And rival me